Hey guys, sorry it's nighttime so it's kind of dark, but I'm 36 weeks pregnant today. Things are getting real. I'm actually, by my midwife's count, I'll be full term this Saturday, the 5th of October, so I'm just a couple days out from sort of being in the clear. So legally, my midwives would be able to attend my birth. I'll start with all the really good news. The biggest thing is that I got my Group B strep test results back and I am negative. So something in the things that I've done and the lifestyle changes and some of the supplements and things that I've been taking seem to have made a difference. I cannot tell you the relief I feel. It's just something that's been in the back of my mind the whole pregnancy and even before the pregnancy, really. So it's such a weight off of my shoulders, and I can really finally visualize, that I'm going to have this home birth that I've dreamt of without reservations. And so we are still keeping my hospital midwife. I'm still keeping appointments with her and everything, just in case, again, if there's any other complication that arises, just so, to have her as backup rather than just a stranger. If there's, for some reason, we have to go to the hospital, if our home birth midwife can't make it or something like that. But we are moving fully forward with the home birth, and I feel awesome. My home birth midwives did come for a home visit this past weekend for our regular appointment, but to come check out our space and stuff, and they brought the birth pool, and we just got to talk about where things will happen and how, and I ordered my birth kit, and I went to the thrift store and got extra sheets and towels and stuff that we needed, and I've got it all washed, and everything is just set to go. I feel so secure, so much more ready. And it's good because I don't know how much time we have left. Both midwives remarked that the baby is very, very, very low. I've been feeling for a few weeks that the baby was engaged in my pelvis and much lower than Alice ever was. The pressure that I feel, I never felt with her until I was in, towards the very end of labor, right before I was pushing. Did I really feel her weight in my pelvis the way that I do this baby, and that started a couple of weeks ago. I've had a couple of days this week where I really felt like things were just moving, things are happening. The past couple of days, things seem to be pretty, steady, which is good because actually, it's ideal. Babies have the best outcomes when they are in utero at 39 weeks, at least 39 weeks, so that would be ideal. But both midwives expressed feelings that they really didn't think it would be very long. A hospital midwife who's been in practice for 30 years, she said she would give us about 2 weeks, that she really thinks the baby will come before Mike's birthday, which is October 19th. So that is thrilling, really, really exciting, but it's also kind of kicked us into gear, because we were thinking we still probably had a month, more of a month, and now we're thinking, well, it could be a week, it could be 2 weeks. That's not a lot of time. We don't have anything super major that we have to worry about getting done, but there are a whole list. I just keep adding to it every day of just little things that I really like to happen. One of those things is we are going to just revise our birth plan we used with Alice just in case we go to the hospital for any reason. So we're walking in with our birth plan. In the past week, I was able to request a breast pump through my insurance, and I'm actually going to try to do a separate video on that because I think it's really good information to put out there for other people to see if you're eligible for the same kind of benefits, but I'm really excited about that. One big milestone this week is that we decided yesterday was my last day of going into the office for work, so I still will do some things for my boss as needed. So my plan for next week and however many weeks we have left is for Alice to go to school on the 2 mornings a week that she normally would, but instead of me going to the office, I will have some time here, 4-hour blocks, to get things done. Alice and I have been watching birth videos on YouTube, and she is really kind of getting, I think, a good understanding of the mechanics of how the baby comes out and getting more comfortable with that. As time goes on, I think she gets more excited about being a big sister. She talks about it more. I made her a tiny little Moby wrap type thing for her little friends, and it is the absolute cutest thing I've ever seen in my whole life. To see her wearing that with a little bunny or whatever. I will show you guys that in an upcoming video. It is just killer. But we've definitely also had some hiccups. Today was a really tough day. She's just had days where she just is having a hard time with stuff, and I know that this is, she senses changes coming and doesn't really know how to deal with them, and I mean, we as adults don't necessarily know how to deal with them either, so I just really have to remind myself that she's still 2 and just like cut her some slack, and just I feel so much pressure for all of like our last sort of days together, just me and her, or you know, for us as a family of 3, to be really, really good days, and I get so upset when they aren't, when they're when things just don't, you know, go the way I want them to. But that's just life. Like, I just have to let it go, and I just have to cut us all some slack and just enjoy as much as we can and not sweat it. In terms of the physical discomforts this week, I know I will miss being 9 months pregnant. I just think it's so special, and I'm so happy to be here. But it's not the most comfortable thing at this point. I would say that my little mini Snuggle body pillow really kind of stopped working for me a few weeks ago. It's just not cutting it anymore, but I don't know if anything necessarily would. It's just, you know, it's hard to get comfortable. It's hard not to waddle. I just have so much discomfort and pressure in my pelvis and in my cervix, and it's just really hard to walk normally. The pain is really no joke at this point. I find myself laughing all the time at just how uncomfortable certain things can be. Like the simplest movement will really hurt where it didn't, you know, even a few days ago. You might not be able to see in this light, but my little oddity here, my little red spot, blood vessel, or whatever it is getting bigger. So I don't know what's going to happen with that. I'm also kind of inspecting my face for, I really feel like one of the sort of best signs for if you're having a boy or girl is if your face kind of spreads and your nose spreads and that kind of stuff, and you have like facial changes, especially at the end of the pregnancy. I feel like I don't, but I don't know. I think definitely compared to when I look back at my videos when I was pregnant with Alice at this point, my face just looks totally distorted. And right now I feel like I basically look normal, so I don't know. My gut feeling is still that this is a boy, but we'll see. Overall, this was just a super exciting week for births in our community. I had so many friends have their babies, and I'm really, really excited for the next round that I'll be a part of. You know, they're just a handful of us that are like neck and neck, you know, sort of be the next round in the next month or so. And I just can't wait. I'll do a belly shot here in a second. The best thing about the week is that we as a family went up to the mountains last weekend and went apple picking. It's a fall tradition for us. It's one of my absolute favorite things to do, and this was Alice's 3rd year of going to the same orchard. It was just gorgeous weather, and we just had a really good time. We got 34 pounds of apples that I am planning to make applesauce with. I have still been on a cooking and baking total frenzy, so this totally feeds that need. So here is what I look like at 36 weeks. I guess technically I have dropped, although I'm still getting lots of heartburn and stuff, so it doesn't necessarily feel that way. I think it's a pretty big change from the last belly shot a couple of weeks ago, though. This shirt doesn't really do me any favors. I feel bigger, lower, which is all good, I guess. That's everything. Thanks for following me as we get close to the finish line.